Hey guys, David here, founder of StupidThread, and welcome to the last of my 3-part series on how to become a more efficient programmer. So this is aimed at people who are already programmers, who have been programming for a while. However, if you are graduating and just coming out of university, this may apply to you too. I found these tips to be very useful for myself. So if you don't find them useful, that's fine, so take it or leave it, but I found them definitely to have worked for me. So the tip number 1 is break things up. Break things up into microservices, break things up into smaller parts, because once you have all your code and the system in a monolithic form, it kind of gets really complicated really fast. When there's too many moving parts, and when all these parts are talking to each other, it becomes very, very complicated. So break things up into microservices, separate them into small chunks so you can actually cognitively focus on them and understand what's going on. Tip number 2 is take care of the detail. Whatever you're doing, make sure you kind of do it thoroughly. So for example, let's say you're building a microservice. Do the workflow. Think about the workflow. Take some time. Think about what you're doing. Just take that extra little time and pay a bit more attention, and then overall, down the line, the whole process will be faster. Tip number 3 is don't be just interested in programming, be interested in other things. Be interested in philosophy, history, have a hobby, have other things, because if you want to be a really good programmer, I think you need to have other interests so you can get inspired and see how things are done. So for me, for example, I'm quite interested in different car companies and how some car companies are able to produce products which are more reliable and have less faults in less time and less space compared to other companies. So inspiration can come from anywhere, so be interested in other things. Tip number 4 is be empathetic. I worked in many different places where the product managers really kind of distrusting of developers and vice versa, and designers. Be empathetic. The idea is to be working together as a team because all these different disciplines can bring different ideas, making your product more successful down the line. And the last tip is be nice. I've seen basically people be dismissive of each other, not be kind to each other. In a team of programmers and product managers and designers, if everyone is nice to each other, if everyone trusts each other, it always ends up in a much better product down the line. So this is the end of my 3-part programming series. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in our next video.